not only the fat and calorie contents, but also the vitamins, carbohydrates, and minerals in each portion. To help students eat better, the Marriott Corporation uses no animal fats but vegetable oils, and they bake foods instead of frying them, whenever possible. This makes choosing healthy foods easier and more convenient here at Mesa State.
I'm Deanna Brown for Mesa State Tonight. Wishing you healthy eating. I think I'm going to start with dessert first.
And turning from the subject of food to alternative healing, Jennifer Ely of Interconnections joins us now. And first of all, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Dan.
And first of all, tell us a little bit about what the flotation capsule is and what it has to offer for people. I mean, if you're in pain, can you go sit in the flotation capsule, and what does it do for us?
The float tank is actually an alternative healing tool. It's a tank filled with 14 inches of water, but it has 850 pounds of Epsom salt in it, which keeps the body buoyant, and there's no gravitational pull on the spine at all. If you're injured or any kind of stress, is a perfect environment is the float capsule.
So what kind of feeling is it for somebody that's never sat in the flotation capsule? What is it?
It must be like being in space, although I've never been in space. You're totally buoyant. That means you're able to move in a whole different arena of movement you have here, because you have the gravitational pull on your spine. When you can eliminate that, it brings you to more awareness of your own self, where you're holding in your physical body, you know, maybe emotional stuff, maybe physical stuff. For injuries, it's a great tool because of the Epsom salt. 850 pounds of Epsom salt is a lot. People use it for sprained ankles, you know, wrists, but...
So not only is, you know, mentally stimulating, it's also physically stimulating. So if you do have a pain, like back pain, it's be something really beneficial for you to do.
Yes, 1 hour in the tank is equivalent to 8 hours of physical body rest. And everything is an accelerated learning process in that state of consciousness also, meaning that if you're learning, whether it's a visual learning, a cybervision learning.
Now for those of us who don't know what cybervision is, you can actually watch a video while in the flotation capsule.
Right, cybervision is a neuromuscular blueprinted form of healing, of learning, where it comes up blueprints on your TV set, and so it's all a mind training. And in the tank, it's also watching that video for 1 hour. It's actually 10 hours of watching it. Visualization is really great. It's a healing, you know, it's a great place, because 1 hour and they're visualizing or working on some physical part of your being will be actually accelerated.
Not only do you have the flotation capsule at Interconnections, you're also a professional masseuse. And what kind of benefits does that offer people who are in pain?
Massage therapy has a lot of benefits, just not only for stress, for a wholeness of well-being, you know. It's a place to really get away and relax, and to reacquaint yourself, be your own physician, so to say. And
we went into the store last week, and you also have some magnetic massage therapy.
Biomagnetic therapy. It's interesting, although it's brand new to the United States, so we'll see how it goes. You know, goes over. It's a basic, very simple tool of healing, and it's Japanese designed, and the Japanese have used it forever.
Okay. Well, we're out of time, but it's Interconnections, and it's, where is it located?
1000 North 9th, Building A, Suite 15.
Okay, well, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you, Dan.
And don't go away. Coming up right after this is a quick break and calendar events with Nikki Gallegos and the sports update with Mike Parisi.
Stay tuned for more Mesa State Tonight.
Beautiful Western Colorado is more than just a great place to live. It's a historical adventure. From the past to the present, Colorado West holds some of the most fascinating information that many of us may not know about, from geological facts to our Western heritage.
Hello, I'm Brenda Bechter. The Museum of Western Colorado and KREX-TV invite you to join us in uncovering the historical tracks of Western Colorado, the last Saturday of each month.
The Nuggets are back. See them keep the dream alive on KREX TCI Cable 12. The action is live and hotter than ever because the Nuggets are taking aim at the NBA title. Watch the Nuggets blow by their competition and burn up the courts. See the dream come true. That's the Denver Nuggets on KREX TCI Cable 12.
Watch Denver Nuggets basketball on KREX TCI Cable 12.
Rogers wants to take it all the way in. He does.
Learning is something we do every day, but today in the age of technology, the way we learn is changing. In fact, you can find examples of this right here on the Western Slope. Hi, I'm Brooke Power. Join me this week as I explore innovative education. I'll take a look at computers in the classroom, integrated learning, and year-round schooling. Tune in at noon and 5:30.
And Nikki Gallegos is here with calendar events along with Mike Parisi on sports, but we'll start with calendar events and what's happening around campus, Nick.
Well, to start things off, Thursday night, the Society of Professional Journalists will be having a chili dinner. You don't have to be a member, and it'll be at 6:30. And for more information, you can call Tess Carmichael's office at 248-1924.
Okay.
But let's take a look at some of the other calendar events going on next week.
All right.
11th is Veterans Day. This weekend, Mesa State Volleyball takes off to Alaska for the Alaska Fairbanks Tournament. This is their last play of the year. November 12th, Mesa State Football hosts their final game of the season, taking on Colorado School of Mines. Kickoff will be at 1 o'clock at Stoker Stadium. The Scientific Research Society hosts a discussion about radon in homes, school, and the workplace, featuring Dr. Paul L. Zimmer, head of School of Health and Sciences at Purdue University. The discussion will be at 7:30 in Liff Auditorium. The week of November 13th through the 19th is American Education Week. November 14th, the Student Body Association will begin its toy and food drive for the holiday season. It will continue through December 2nd. You may give donations at the SBA office. KMSA will be holding a staff meeting November 15th in the Betcher Room at 7:30. The Mesa State Activities Council brings Ronnie Rom back to campus. Take a wild journey through hypnosis and ESP. Cost is $3 for students and $5 for the public. The show will begin at 8 o'clock in Liff Auditorium.
All right, well, thanks, Nick. And turning to sports now, Mike Parisi is here to get us up to date with the sports scene here at Mesa. And another fairly busy week in sports. The Mavericks got out their third win against Adams State, and the Lady Mavs volleyball team traveled to Kansas for the RMAC finals. What else is going on?
Well, like you were saying, fairly all in all a good week for Maverick sports. Did a good job. Football, should have blown them out. Didn't get it done. Had a great game though. I mean, it's nice to get 2 weeks in a row, go for third next week. We got some highlights of the game. Let's take a look at those. Here, Jermaine Davis ran for 201 yards. He breaks left. He gets a wide open, and this kid can run. I mean, he's fast. He makes you cut back and miss. You can see here at the end of your screen, he doesn't get a touchdown because of the clip, but they only took it back 5 yards. So he ended up at 201 yards. Logue in the first quarter, we're going to pick it up again. He hits Derryberry for the 45-yard touchdown, and that really right there will open up the passing game, and which in turn keeps your defense on the field, which we're going to see right here. Barnell Fail comes flying out of nowhere, gets a quarterback sack. Tied a league record this week with 9 sacks. So Mesa really happy with the performance. They wanted a blowout, but a lot of turnovers caused these guys to misfire.
Now Mesa also had a lot of turnovers too, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back and forth in this league. Some of the caliber athletes aren't what they need to be. They're not as polished, but they did a good job. And as you can see, Logue again, 196 yards passing. Davis opens up the running game, 201 yards by himself. And like I touched on before, 9 sacks, set an RMAC record, or tied one rather. And they moved to 3-3 in the RMAC. They got Colorado School of Mines next week. They should get on a good foot and win that 3 in a row and really build up for the season.
That's also the last game, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Next week. Then we take a look over to ladies cross country. They had a meet in Amarillo, Texas. We weren't sure what the meet was called, but the winning time was 17:41. One of the lady cross countries from Western won that. You can see Mesa didn't really fare as good as they should have. 21:46 was the winning time for Melissa Houtshell. But these girls are going to be back. I think they did an excellent job, and they're young, so they got a lot to look forward to. And Coach Gabe Gabriel is going to bring in a lot of new faces and some more money, so it's only going to get better for the ladies. And over to volleyball, Mesa went down to Hayes, Kansas for the RMAC tournament. Played New Mexico Highlands. Interesting thing here, they were both undefeated in the first game. Played through. Mesa got a good win there. Had some highlights from Amy Miller again, of course, Pam Glenn. They swept them in 3 games. And then they had to go over to Kearney for the winning game. And Kearney, as we'll see, comes up here in a minute. Kearney had to go through the losers bracket. They beat 6 teams on their way through the losers bracket. They end up in the winners bracket taking on Mesa State College. They swept them in 2 games. Here was the final. 15, 15, 15. So really not something Mesa State wanted to go down and accomplish.
Yeah.
They took second. They got to be happy with that. Again, Miller goes 20 kills, 28 digs, and her supporting cast with Glenn, Voas, and as you can see, Glenn and Voas were co-MVP leaders. Amy Miller, third consecutive year most valuable player in the RMAC, and then the other team selections were Amy Miller and Pam Glenn for first team. And the honorable mentions, they noticed you did a great job, you got a few years coming back. That was Dahl, Giehoff, and Mather.
Yeah, it's going to be sad to see Amy Miller go after this year.
And the thing is, they go down to a tournament in Anchorage, Alaska next week. I think they leave Wednesday night. And really going to get off on a good foot, hopefully, there. And in rugby, Mesa tied Western. And the fun thing about rugby here is your try is like a touchdown, a 6-point touchdown. Your kick is obviously the extra point, make it 7-7. And then your penalty kick is the extra 3 points and 3 points.
Now, not only is rugby, it's an awesome sport to watch, but they've also got a fun time after the game. I know they got some, what would you call it, like an initiation for people that score their first try.
Well, I touched on that a little bit. Once they score their first try, the following night is a big bash. I mean, they go and they have a party, and it's funny because the guy that scored his first point ever stands in a circle of the other guys, and he's got to strip down to his bare necessities, I guess, and they all throw beer at him and sing this Zulu warrior song. So they have a good time out on the field, and they carry it over into the bars or wherever they do. So I hope to see them getting a lot of more tries.
Yeah. And I was talking to some of the rugby players. They've also got a party foul rule. Are you familiar with that one, where they actually drink out of the cleats after a game?
What happens is if you have a party foul, so you do something bad at a party, drop your beer or something, you have to actually drink beer out of someone's shoe. And that shoe, trust me, gets dirty and muddy, and at the end of the match, you're drinking pretty much straight beer and mud. It's pretty gross, but those guys are a little different breed out there.
Yeah, some tough guys, too. Well, that's about wraps it up for the show. I appreciate you coming on and telling us all about the sports, Mike and Nikki with Calendar. And that's all the time we have for this week. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night right here on TCI Cable Channel 12 at 7:30. You don't want to miss next week's show. We'll have some Mesa State Tonight bloopers to show you, and I'm sure you'll get a kick out of that one. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.